Hey all, welcome back to Motoramblings. I am Patrick and I'm riding Big Red, my 2016 Honda Goldwing. And I am on the highway right now, which is why I wanted to actually talk to y'all today. Okay, I'm on the highway and it got me thinking about a trip that I recently did where I went to my mom's. Spent a couple weeks down there. On the way home, I never even put any cameras on the bike, never put any on my helmet. I just wanted to ride and listen to music all the way home. It's like 640 miles to get home, and I was just zoning out and I was on the highway. Let me rephrase that. I was listening to the music and enjoying the music. I definitely didn't zone out. And the reason I'm saying that is the subject of this video. Highway riding on a motorcycle in traffic, stop and go, can be very stressful. You have to worry about the cars in front of you slamming on the brakes. You got to worry about the cars behind you if they're going to get stopped before they run you over. I had a very interesting experience on I-95 in South Carolina. By the way, this is Irwin, Tennessee. This place absolutely destroyed by flooding, as was Asheville. That building there was completely underwater. The river's over there. You can't even see the river. It came up that high across the road and up over the top of those buildings. Unbelievable devastation. Which, real quick, I just want to extend my thoughts and my prayers for the people in Texas down near Kerrville that are going through what they're going through with the flooding and the incredible loss of life, and all those families that lost children. It just brings tears to your eyes. I just can't even imagine what that's like. Okay, back to this subject. It literally brought tears to my eyes. I gotta open the shield, sorry guys. On the highway on I-95, I ran into a section where the traffic basically came to a stop. I was watching ahead. I hugged the center line, the dotted line. The car in front of me hugged the yellow line. It gave me a lot of vision up ahead. I was able to see many cars up ahead. So I could watch brake lights. I could see what was going on with the traffic. Gave me time to react. A lot of times, we don't react until the car in front of us reacts. And sometimes that's too late. I was giving myself plenty of vision up ahead. To that point, the car that was in front of me, now I left a lot of distance just in case, because what was happening, the traffic would get up to speed and we'd be going like that for a few minutes, and then boom, we'd almost come to a complete stop. So there was a lot of hard braking. So I left plenty of room between the car in front of me and myself. The car in front of me, like I said, hugged that yellow line while I was hugging the dotted line. And I don't know why this person did that, but if I were to get with some people on the road and say I knew that person in front of me, if I could have called them and said, hey, do me a favor, move over to the yellow line so I can see up ahead. I don't want to have, to have an instant reaction. If I can see up ahead, I have plenty of room to see what's going on and gives me a lot more time to react. This person did that. It was as if they knew what I needed as a rider. So they pulled over, they stayed on that yellow line. I mean, they were way over. Their wheels, left wheels, were basically on that yellow line the whole time we were doing this, accelerating and decelerating at rapid intervals. The car behind me left a lot of space. Many car lengths between it and me. Now again, I don't know why. Was it because I kept flashing my brake lights? You know, if I saw way up ahead, I saw brake lights, I would flash mine and let this guy know that I was about to slow down. Whatever the reason was, he stayed a long distance behind me. And even when we came to a stop, he left a lot of distance between he and the ass end of my motorcycle. If he were to get rear-ended based on where he was, he never would have hit me. He wouldn't have been forced forward to rear-end me. Again, I don't know why he was doing this, but if I was able to call the person behind me, say I was traveling with friends and I had one in front and I had one in back, I would have told the one in front, stay left, give me plenty of room to see what's going on. I would have told the one behind me, give me a lot of distance in case I have to hit my brakes hard, and if you have to come to a complete stop, please give me a lot of distance in case you get rear-ended. I would have also said, you know, keep an eye on what's going on behind you. This guy behind me not only kept a lot of distance, but he also stayed toward the left a little bit. So when I watched, I'd see the cars braking in front of me. I'd slow way down. If everybody was stopping, I'd come to a stop. The guy behind me would come to a stop, leaving me plenty of distance. But he was hugging the left a little bit. So I could see behind him and see what was going on using that mirror. And several times I saw cars, you know, do the whole splitting behind him because they weren't sure they were going to get stopped without hitting him, without rear-ending him. It was as if I had called both of these drivers and said, hey, this is how I would like it if you would drive right now on the highway with the traffic going the way it is. It was incredible. And this went on for miles and miles and miles. The traffic kept doing this, accelerating, decelerating, accelerating, decelerating, to the point where it was, you know, quite annoying, obviously. But it was so noticeable what these two were doing that if I'd had the camera on right then, I would have made a recording about it. I wanted to thank them. I wanted to somehow be able to thank them and say, hey, I really appreciate what you're doing. Whether they were doing it for me, for a motorcycle rider, whatever the reasons they were doing it doesn't matter. They were doing this, and it was awesome. I wish I could thank those people in person. Eventually, I got off the 95 onto I-26 in South Carolina, and the traffic stopped doing that go and then bow up stuff. It was just awesome. So anyway, that was this video. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the fact that even though we complain about the people who are driving the cars and, you know, we see them on their cell phones and, you know, they cut out in front of us, it's not all bad. There are some people who drive cars that work around motorcycles in a way that makes us motorcyclists feel a whole lot more comfortable. Were these two guys motorcycle riders? I don't know. Maybe. My guess, at the time, I thought for sure they had to be. But who knows? Maybe they were just being courteous. Maybe they just saw what I was doing and reacted to it. I don't care what it was, but these particular people were awesome. Brought my stress level down many levels when I was riding in that kind of traffic. All right, folks, thanks so much for listening. I hope everyone will stay well, stay safe, most of all, stay happy, y'all. Motoramblings out. See ya.